Mm.
Man, I have a coin behind me. We could have flipped a coin. It's too late now, though.
Well, I wanna say I wanna note I didn't say, all right, okay."
Okay.
All right, okay, well, that's coined too, but,
Mhm, mm.
it was a pretty easy list. Like I said, the way I do it is I go to the Wikipedia and I find out albums released and, don't do the Billboard searches. I just go to the albums that were released. It gives me every month a monthly breakdown. It tells me what artist released an album, and so I go through there and I find my favorite artist and see if it's an album that I had any favorites on.
Mhm.
There was one of them that made the list that almost every song was favorited,
Mhm.
and so that was pretty crazy. But my number 5 were combines 3 things that I like: sad songs, Ohio, and Dwight Yoakam. And, the song is "South of Cincinnati" by Dwight Yoakam off his '86 album, Guitars, Cadillacs, etc, etc. And, a lot of good music on this album, guitars, Cadillacs, hillbilly music, and Honky
Mhm.
Tonk Honky Tonk Man, I think that was the name of that one on there, but South of Cincinnati, I hadn't heard, and, I love a good sad Dwight Yoakam song, so I heard this one, and it had Cincinnati in it, and that's half of my home. Half of my heart belongs to Ohio. So
Mhm.
I was like, "That's it right there. We're doing it," and it's got, I don't know how you feel about the old slide guitar, but them steel guitars, the lap
Oh, yeah.
guitars.
Yeah. Those are
Oh,
some of the prettiest sounds. I swear to God, I know Dwight Yoakam songs, but I until I actually hear it, I cannot think of what he sounds like.
yeah, his pants were very tight. That's
Oh,
that
that
so that,
so he's a soprano.
yeah, no. He doesn't have the deep Johnny Cash. I know you've heard a song. I can't
I know I've heard, probably a whole album. I probably listened to him today. I
He's
just
got a little bass in his voice. But I don't know how he fits in his pants.
uh,
I don't. I think they had to be like sewn in or painted on jeans. But yeah, I love Dwight. He's got a lot of good songs. So that's what we topped it off with. Number 4 is one. This is the one that had almost every song already liked. I mean, we did do him as an artist, so Mr. Phil Collins with Genesis, and
Oh,
this was their
man.
first big album, Invisible Touch,
Mhm.
and the song that I chose is Into Deep, because it's
Okay.
kind of a cautionary tale. He's like, "Hey, I'm playing for keeps, I can't take it if screw me over, so just don't screw me over."
As the plea is.
Yeah. And, like I said, this was their first huge album, and again, every song but 2 on the album, I think, was a quote unquote hit or had a lot of radio play.
Oh, yeah.
And, and, like I say, this time, Phil was playing for keeps, and this was like their 100th album. I mean, they had like so many more. If you remember Genesis
Oh,
we did
yeah.
Phil Collins, I mean, because Genesis started out with he wasn't even the original member. He took over drums like second or third album.
Mhm.
Peter Gabriel was still singing for them,
Mhm.
and they were, I would say they were like more like wizard music and fairy tales,
Oh,
nerd
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. I imagined that there was a Dungeon and Dragon game set up in the studio when they were recording.
Yeah, I feel like that album was, like it didn't even come out in the '80s, it was, like, '79 or something like that.
Well, I mean, they seriously had like 10 albums before this. They
Mhm.
were putting out albums every year since like '78,
Mhm.
something like that. So I mean, they had years before they got big,
Yeah,
and
they had to do
Phil
all the psychedelics before they got to the actual drugs.
yeah, yeah, until they got to the snow.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I said, Phil after Peter Gabriel quit, Phil had, they auditioned for a new singer,
Mhm.
Phil was already doing backups, and so he was teaching all these new hopefuls how to sing the songs. And
Mhm.
that after about a year, they were just like, "Dude, do you want to do it?
It's
It'll be
like,
easier to
I'm not
replace
doing
you on the
anything else.
drums and just sing." So I think for a time he may have played drums and held the vocals down, but I think he finally gave up the drums and just sang. And
He
obviously
was
special
probably
with the
thinking it was just gonna be, for just one night.
zing. My number three is a twofer. It combines two 80s iconic artists, and I had never heard the song before. Wasn't
Mhm.
very familiar with the album. The album is a Billy Joel album
Okay.
called Bridges,
Mhm.
'86, obviously, and the song is Code of Silence. And joining him on this is Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, yeah, that's an
And
awesome song.
she had an album out then too that I wanted to add some songs on, but I'd already added those songs because I love Cyndi Lauper.
Mhm.
And so I thought, well, let's get, and the other songs were not none of the big iconic songs of Billy Joel on that album. So I was like, yeah, let's just do this.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mm.
number two is uh is a little punk. Two and one, I had to go punk because it was the '80s and especially '86 was a pretty good year for punk. A
Mhm.
lot of good punk music came out, and like I said, I've been really enjoying the punk.
Oh, yeah.
So this was one I was kind of familiar with the band a little bit. They still weren't. They're still. I mean, I respect them, but this song and this album, uh, "Sour Grapes" by Descendents, and the song is or the album is "Enjoy."
Okay.
And like I said, I'd never heard it either. I mean, I'd listened to some Descendents, but it was stuff they'd done later,
Mhm.
after '86, and it's just a song. You know what the term "sour grapes" means, right? You're bitter about somebody's having
Right.
you're so I like that concept because I try not to have sour grapes, but sometimes I do. But this he got rejected by a snobby woman, and he's bitter about it, and so he wrote a whole song about it.
Oh.
She's, what are you gonna do when you get old? When you turn 21? I'm like, oh God, dude. Remember when you thought
Ooh.
21 was old? And I'm like, and then the next verse he goes 31, and I go, still, I would love to love to have that 31-year-old body again, just to be able to move a little bit without things hurting,
Just the
creaking,
back. Just the
cracking.
31-year-old back would be fine.
Yeah, yeah. And then my number one is probably my all-time favorite punk band, the Misfits.
Sweet.
Skulls is the song off their. It was a compilation album Danzig put out of their singles because the
Mhm.
band broke up in '83. So this one, originally it was called I think Misfits One, but I think it's been changed to Collections One, or
Okay.
vice versa. But it's known as both. And this was the album that I discovered Misfits on. Like I said, it was '86, so I would really, other than the radio, if it wasn't on the radio, I couldn't find it. There was no internet. We didn't
Mhm.
have phones. So if it wasn't on the radio or my dad was listening to it, I couldn't find it. So I did
Mm.
not find Skulls in '86. This was much, much later, '99, something like that, probably. But
Mhm.
this was the first album that I found of theirs, and I really enjoy it. And like I said, the band broke up in '83, and then reformed later without Danzig. And
Mhm.
I like some of that era stuff too, but Danzig is my favorite. And like I said, this album had so many songs that again were hearted already, so liked already. So I was like, which
Just
one I do? I
like
know I've picked some before, so I tried to think of ones I didn't pick, and I liked them all, so it was pretty easy.
Oh, that's cool. What's the name of the song one more time?
Skulls.
Skulls. Okay.
I want your skulls.
For what?
I need your even I am, and that was the line. There was a line in there that when I was first writing, because this was before I found the Misfits. So I was
Mhm.
writing lyrics for songs and poetry and shit in books, and I had inadvertently stole a line from them never hearing them before. And I was like, what? That is so crazy.